G'day and thanks for tuning in. You're watching Dodge This, and our channel is all about things Guild Wars 2. This is Kaaboose speaking. Over the weekend I spent a little time reading over the Guild Wars 2 forums, and I was surprised to find that many people playing the beta don't understand the downed mechanics. Some posters were even going as far as to say that they wanted it removed from the game because it was pointless and a waste of time. Personally, I love the mechanic as I believe it adds another layer of strategy to Guild Wars 2 combat. In effect, I've put together this video to try and explain how it works and how you can take advantage of it. So, what exactly is the down mechanic? Well, in Guild Wars 2, when your character reaches 0 health, they don't instantly die. They become downed. Visually, they will fall to the ground and you'll be unable to move them. The object of a downed character, of course, is to get back up and continue fighting. Now, there are two ways you can do this. The first way is when you're downed, you'll notice there's a new health points meter. All you have to do is fill this back up to full health and your character will get back up and continue fighting as normal. The other way to get up out of the down state is to simply defeat an opponent, at which point the same thing will happen. You'll be healed to 50% of your total health points and once again be able to resume normal play. Now that you know what you're aiming to do, let's go over how you actually go about doing it. The first thing you'll notice upon entering the down state is that your old interface disappears and gets replaced by a new one. Right, let's just pause the video here so we can have a closer look at the abilities that appear once you're downed. They differ depending on what class you're playing. However, the first ability is always an attack, while the fourth ability is always a heal. You'll also notice that abilities 3 and 4 are cooling down. This is the same for every class. So at first, you're only going to have abilities 1 and 2 to work with. Now for this example, we're using the Elementalist. You'll quickly notice that despite the fact I'm not being hit, my health meter is decreasing. If you don't receive any heals while you're downed, your health meter will slowly decrease until you die. So when it becomes apparent that I'm not going to be able to kill this enemy in time, I hit ability 3, which for the Elementalist is a mist form. Actually lets you move your character for a limited amount of time. Now that that's worn off, I'm downed again, and you'll notice my heal ability is almost off cooldown. Right, now it is. Now I can use that to stop myself from taking damage, and the longer I channel it, the more health I will receive. Now normally in this case hopefully, you'd have some allies around that could help speed up the process. While I have allies, they decide to ignore me, so I'm stuck on the ground for a little bit, but thankfully I'm out of harm's way and nothing's hitting me, so the heal continues, and I'm back up again. On that note, I should point out that if you happen to be fighting and notice a downed character with a blue symbol above their head, that means you can go assist with their healing. All you have to do is walk up and press the F key. So you can see that one poor fellow there was nearly completely dead, and I have saved him from death. Up he gets again, and off we go into the fray. However, don't forget, a downed player can get up by defeating an opponent, and you can assist with this. As you see, I try and resurrect Tex here, who's fallen down, and before the meter is filled, she gets back up again. This is because an enemy nearby was defeated, and she rallied because of that. This is just one of the things you need to take into consideration when coming to the assistance of a downed player. Now Tex here has just been downed by this Etten. If I tried to assist her right now, not only would the Etten be hitting me, but it'd be hitting her as well. I don't want that, so I try and lure the Etten away. Unfortunately, the Etten is attracted to the other player next to Tex trying to revive her, and promptly wallops them both. Now while I could try and assist the downed players, the Etten is nearly dead, so instead I finish it off with the help of the downed player. The down player rallies, and now we're both able to resurrect Tex. As you can see, this is taking quite a long time. That's the difference between resurrecting a downed player and a defeated player. Needless to say, trying to resurrect a defeated player in the middle of combat is a bad idea that will most likely get you killed. In most circumstances, it's better to finish off all threats first, and then resurrect the defeated player at the end of combat. Now you may have noticed that some people getting up after being downed in this clip aren't actually getting up at 50% health like I mentioned at the start of the video. This is because when you revive from being downed, you receive a death penalty. Now the only negative effect of a death penalty is the next time you are downed before the death penalty wears off, you actually have less health on your fight to survive meter, and you will have less health if you manage to recover from being downed. I believe it's 33% from the first penalty, 10% from the second, and if you manage to be downed again within that short amount of time, you will be instantly defeated and won't enter the down state. Now here we have the Warrior in the down state. Slightly different abilities to the Elementalist. The first one is Throw Rock, which does a little bit of damage and a bleed. The second is Throw Hammer, which knocks the enemy down. The third ability you need to be careful about using. This will instantly rally your character for, I think it's 20 seconds, and once that's over, your character will be defeated. They won't go into the down state. However, I discovered, as you can see on this clip, that if you're knocked into the downed state before the rally can put you into defeated state, it actually removes the effect. So, in essence, I was very lucky here, and was able to use that to my advantage to prevent myself from being defeated. Don't know if that's working as intended. I hope it is, because once again, you can use that ability without guaranteeing your own death as long as you're tricky about it. As you can see, the way you utilize skills to get back up after being down varies greatly depending on your class. The Ranger class I know, and I'm sorry I don't have any footage of it, its abilities are a small damage at the first ability. The second ability actually resurrects their pet, which not only allows them to tank the enemy for you and give you time to bandage. The third ability, if the pet is still alive, allows the pet to assist in resurrecting you. The last class whose abilities I can talk about through experience are the Guardians. The first ability is your damaging one that does more damage the longer you channel it. The second ability puts an area of effect heal on yourself, healing you, allies, and doing a small amount of damage to enemies. The third ability is a massive AoE knockback, useful for getting enemies away so you can heal. As you can see here, you can't always rely on that. Alright, I think that just about covers it. Hopefully now you know what to do when you find yourself in the down state, or at the very least have an idea of what to expect and how to go about getting back up. Just remember, if you find yourself fighting a group of enemies, it's not always the best idea to take them down one at a time. Sometimes it's better to leave one near death, so if you do find yourself in the down state, you can use the death of that enemy to get yourself back up. You can also achieve this by using damage over time or delayed damage effects, which I believe is coming up just here. I use the mist form to move away, kill the enemy that I am currently attacking to resurrect, and rather than try and use my heal to keep myself alive, I throw a delayed damage effect over a low health point enemy. As you can see, I get downed, the damage effect goes off killing him, and I'm back up again. Now I can use the heal that I saved to keep myself alive and finish off the last remaining enemy. Alright, this has been Kaaboose from Dodge This, telling you about the down mechanic. If you have any other questions, queries, or comments, please send us an email at dodgethisbam@yahoo.com.